Good morning, gang. Monday morning, and apparently it's going to be a crazy day. Uh, I'll get into the idiocy that is the gun control bill in a second, but I want to start you guys with this one. Your money grew wings overnight, I guess. Especially some people, especially the trolls that like to come into the channel every once in a while. Uh, Good old Dow futures down 600 points this morning. The market's at risk of dropping, the Dow at least. Looks like it'll probably drop below 30,000 this week. So, yeah, there's back into bear market territory. And then again, you've got all those Bitcoin fanatics, which Bitcoin's now down to 23,000 and change. Okay, so it's down 66%. All right, it's down 13% this morning. So yeah, I hope you didn't put your money in Bitcoin. If you did, you ain't been listening. But yeah, crypto's getting crushed again. Again, it's pet rocks and Cabbage Patch Kids. So yes. If we go to a digital currency, it ain't going to be Bitcoin, guys. So, Bitcoin will eventually be back to zero because it doesn't exist, all right? It's a figment of everybody's imagination, and for some reason, some people think it has value. Don't know why, but it doesn't. All right. So, digging in a little deeper on the fiasco that was the bipartisan gun control bill that passed yesterday. All right. So again, Joe's out parading saying, well, this doesn't have everything I wanted in it, but hey, this is going to keep kids alive and, protect our schools and whatever, Joe. Of course, he had to go back in and get into the deer and Kevlar comments, when they wrote the Second Amendment, they weren't worried about deer and Kevlar or anything like that. You don't need an AR-15 to hunt deer. No, Joe, we don't. Deer don't wear Kevlar. Your bodyguards do. The Second Amendment was written to protect the people from a tyrannical government, kind of like the one you're running, okay? So, yes, that's the reason that they're there. It's also the reason why your ban on assault rifles isn't in the bill. Okay, so nothing on assault rifles, whatever you want to call those. All right, nothing on large capacity magazines. Okay, I'm sorry, 30 rounds is not large capacity. 100 rounds is not large capacity. Belt is not large capacity. Tough. Okay. For the purpose of what the weapon is made for, those are not large capacity rounds, or large capacity magazines, I'm sorry. And then of course you had to get the typical idiots coming out, the 98-pound weakling David Hogg out there. Oh, putting more cops in schools may endanger non-white students. The cops aren't the ones doing these shootings, dumbass, okay? It's protecting the kids. You want to do endangering non-white students? Get off your skinny soy boy ass and go look at Chicago and see how the non-white students are doing. Go look at Philadelphia and see how those non-white students are doing. Go look at Detroit and see how those non-white students are doing. Go look at Houston. I mean, shall I continue? This little putz who wasn't even at school the day that, the Parkland shooting happened. I got on my bicycle and paddled as fast as I could to the school. Right, dude, okay? You're a nothing and a nobody. Never let a crisis go to waste is how the hell you became a name because of something you had no involvement in, I'll never know. But then, of course, you had this other dingbat, the gender-confused chick X Gonzalez. Okay, her real name was Emma. Okay, but she decided she's going to be a they them pronoun people, and get her purple hair mohawk and everything like that, and says, I don't know what gender I am, had to go off on her uh, profanity-laced tirade yesterday, I guess, if you will. Pass some effing gun laws. Yada. You want to protect children? They passed a gun law. It wouldn't have done anything to protect kids in Uvalde. Okay, nothing. All right, none of these laws do anything, guys. Just bringing this point out, because criminals don't follow the law. They don't care. All right, the the gangbangers in Chicago aren't going, oh my God, Joe's gonna take our guns away. Really? Okay. So, but the classic one that came out yesterday out of Biden's mouth was when Joe decided to tell gun owners that they were a danger to themselves. Okay. Really, I've never been injured in a gun accident. Never shot myself. Never so much as pinched my finger. Okay. Shot many, many rounds in many different platforms. Nope, still have all 10 fingers, all 10 toes, both arms, both legs, both eyes, both ears. No extra holes in my body. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I'm not a danger to myself. Who I'm a danger to is anybody that tries to take them away from me. Who I'm a danger to is anybody who's brazen enough to break into my house and try to harm my wife, my dogs, myself, try to take anything out of my house. Those people I'm a danger to. Politicians who decide they are going to turn us into a communist country. Those people I'd be a danger to. Okay. Yeah, it's one of these. Why are they doing it? This is an end run to try to take out the Second Amendment. That's all it is, right? Well, hey, if everybody's fighting for the Second Amendment, let's see if they don't know enough about the Fourth. And we'll violate their Fourth Amendment rights to destroy their Second Amendment rights. Like I said yesterday, when it comes to the point where you are legally carrying and some purple-haired, nose-ringed freak who doesn't know if they're male or female comes up and says, oh, he scares me, and they have a right to temporarily disarm you, then we have a problem. This is not going to lead to disarmament, Joe. This is going to lead to revolution. If you try to enforce some of these red flag laws, good luck. What's going to be interesting with this is I think the federal government realizes they can't control this, so they're going to pass the buck to the states. And that's why they're going to give the money to the states and say, for them to establish red flag laws within their states. Now, like I said, there is a good thing in this gun bill, the hardening of schools. What I'm waiting to find out, and I thought we'd get it overnight, we did not, is whether or not the money for hardening schools is going to be tied to establishing red flag laws. Because then they're going to come up and say, oh, look, State X doesn't want to protect their kids. They're not hardening. They refuse the money for hardening schools. No, if they're refusing red flag laws, that'll be it. It's going to be interesting to see what states pass them. Inevitably in New York, California will go, ooh, cool, red flag laws? Yeah, great, we're all for them. You know what? Take guns away from everybody. This is our idea. Texas, good luck, okay? Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, good luck. Like I said yesterday, the one that surprises me is North Carolina, because both senators in North Carolina agreed to this. And both of them are Republican. My guess is you will probably have a couple of new senators here pretty soon in North Carolina, because from the people I know from NC, they kind of like to be able to protect themselves. And if their politicians don't like that, they won't be politicians that much longer. You know, the Democrats have managed to do something here. This is a good deflection campaign. They're going to deflect away from the economy, and they're going to make gun control the number one issue in the November elections. The only problem is, it ain't going to be the result they think it is. We'll see you later. Have a good one. It's pitch black, or sun's coming up, but time for me to go get a pump put in the water. Have a good Monday, y'all. Pinball out.